You got a lot of belts around you right now. You know who else has a lot of belts?
Who?
Naoya Inoue, the man who is in the crowd.
For sure.
I know that that's a name that you've been mentioning. Why is it that his presence here is so important to you?
I mean, well, it's interesting that, he's here, he came to watch, and he's leaving right now, so obviously he came to watch me. I'm ringing bells and I'm making noise, and that's what we plan to do, continue doing our career, and I definitely want to make that fight happen sometime soon.
Yo, it's good everyone. This is Ayo Boxing with Madiba, and we're here to talk about Naoya Inoue fighting Bruce Shoo Carrington. So this past Saturday, Shoo Carrington stopped Brian De Garcia in the 8th round. I didn't watch the entire fight, but from what I did see, it was a good performance by Shoo that displayed a lot of his skills. I see some people criticizing him, saying that he went 8 rounds with a bum, but that guy was a last minute replacement, and typically, those fights are often harder due to the unknown element and a change of game plan and style needed. But Naoya Inoue was in attendance and came to watch Shoo fight. And we know that he was only there to see Shoo because Inoue left immediately after Shoo won, so it's quite obvious that Top Rank wants to make this fight happen because they're already promoting the fight. And they're doing a good job at it because fans are already talking about this matchup. Some think that Shoo will beat Inoue, while others think the opposite. Some people are saying that Inoue is not impressed, while others say that Inoue doesn't want to smoke with Shoo. Regardless of what you think, Shoo wants the Inoue fight, and Inoue is interested in this matchup. But will this fight even happen? Let's break it down. Inoue is still undisputed at 122, and based on what he said with his interview with Mark Kriegel, Inoue has no plans of moving up anytime soon.
Undisputed at 118, undisputed at 122, and now he's the most popular guy among all the featherweight champions who say they want him. What is the likelihood of you going up to featherweight?
118ポンドと120ポンドでアンディスピューテッドチャンピオンになってますけれども、フェザー級のチャンピオンがみんなあなたを待ってますけれども、フェザー級に上がるチャンスはどれだけあるでしょうか。まあ上げるべき時が来たら、そういう案も一つ考えてますし、しっかりとそのフェザー級の体というものになった時に考えますね。When I'm ready to go up to weight and when my body is ready, I will definitely do that.
Okay.
At the current moment, he's comfortable at 122 and will most likely clear out all of his mandatories before he thinks about moving up. I predict late 2025 is when he moves up to featherweight. But most importantly, there's no need for Inoue to move up. He's the biggest star in the lower weight classes and is making big money each fight. Despite being a very competitive division with a lot of talent, there's no real standout big name at featherweight. And this is where Shoo needs to do his part. If Shoo wants the Inoue fight, then he'll need to become a champion, which should be easy for him since he's the top prospect turning contender at featherweight and is being pushed hard by Top Rank. He's ranked number 4 in the WBO, and the current WBO champion, Rafael Espinoza, is promoted by Top Rank. So it's very likely that Shoo will be a champion or maybe a unified champion by late 2025. All he needs to do is keep winning and putting on good performances. The question is, can Shoo beat Inoue? At the current moment, no. It's only right that Inoue is favored over Shoo. He's more experienced and fought better competition. The only thing that Shoo has over Inoue is size and youth, and on the surface, that doesn't really mean much because Inoue has beaten younger and bigger opponents before. But I think this time will be different because Shoo is a featherweight, which would be Inoue's 5th weight class. In my opinion, Inoue will start hitting his limit at featherweight. He'll encounter more adversity and look more beatable. You need to realize that going up 5 weight classes and fighting at the championship level is not a normal feat in boxing. Only a few boxers in history have been capable of doing that. And I've seen in boxing history that 4th and 5th weight division is where guys begin to struggle the most and tend to lose. Manny Pacquiao's winning streak ended when he got to 130 and started taking more losses in his career fighting at welterweight. Floyd Mayweather had 2 hard fights at 154 against Oscar De La Hoya, a fight where some people thought he lost, and against Miguel Cotto. Oscar De La Hoya was less dominant at 154 and 160, in which he had several hard fights and took 3 losses. 4 out of the 5 losses in Tommy Hearn's career took place at 160 and above. Keep in mind, all these examples are from all-time greats. I expect something similar to happen to Inoue at featherweight. Inoue will be fighting naturally bigger guys that theoretically should have greater punch resistance, which could neutralize Inoue's biggest asset, his power. Furthermore, the talent pool is better and deeper at featherweight than at 122. A lot of these guys have skills and attributes that could possess a challenge for Inoue, whether it be speed, power, pressure, or awkwardness. And I think Shushu is one of those guys. Just like Inoue, Shushu is a well-rounded boxer puncher. Additionally, Shushu has a 3-inch height advantage and a 5-inch arm reach advantage. As seen in the first Nonito Donaire fight and in the Lewis Neary fight, boxing skills and power is needed to beat Inoue, and Shushu has both of these things. Before any of you Inoue fans get sensitive, I'm not saying that Inoue is bound to lose at featherweight. All those all-time greats I named previously were still dominant and were winning at their 5th weight division, because they had the skill and IQ to adjust to fight bigger guys. Inoue definitely has the ability to do the same thing, and I expect him to, but it still doesn't change the fact that he'll face more adversity in his 5th weight class, but as of right now, it's all speculation. What I do know is that Shushu needs to fight better competition. The one thing I hate about Top Rank is their matchmaking. Don't get me wrong, they do a good job on building up their prospects by having them be active and exposing them to different styles that they can fight. But their matchmaking is definitely on the easier side. They don't make their prospects fight each other, and it takes forever for them to get a real step-up fight. If Shushu wants to fight Inoue, then he needs to raise his profile and gain experience. Therefore, Top Rank needs to increase his level of competition, especially against established names: Robeisy Ramirez, Lewis Neary, Stephen Fulton, Arnold Kagai, Ria Abe, Angelo Leo, Joet Gonzalez, Otabek Komotov. Those are the names that he needs to fight. But if the Inoue fight does get made, I have a strong feeling that it will happen in New York City. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with AEO Boxing with Madiba. Like, subscribe, and more content is coming your way.